essentially what the owner had told us originally was that the property would be able to be sold with vacant possession. So we got a deal agreed and we got a buyer happy to proceed on that basis. However, as we sort of got into legals, one of the tenants actually had an agreement with the vendor, and essentially all that meant was we weren't able to sell the property with vacant possession, as we'd initially agreed with the buyer.
Yeah, it's challenging, isn't it? Because obviously I know the basis from which we took the instruction on, and essentially what happened was we took that on in good faith from all the information that we had from the client. But obviously then when we got into the legal work and the due diligence, what we believed to be true wasn't necessarily. And don't tell me if I'm wrong, I don't think that wasn't intentional by the client, was it? I don't think there was any he wasn't trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. I think it was he wasn't a professional investor, was he? He was just sort of a circumstantial landlord who possibly didn't understand the difference between what we believed to be true at the start and then what actually came out in the detail in the legal. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. So the vendor of the property he's not sort of a professional investor, developer. I believe he inherited the property some time ago. So it's something he wasn't actually sort of initially aware of himself. So obviously once that came to fruition, it was something that we had to sort of explain, and then navigate through to get sort of a new sale price agreed towards the end of the deal.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because if you have clients, which is very common in the SME market, they're inheriting properties or they're owning properties because they're going to run their business from it. It does mean that they don't necessarily understand the full detail about commercial property ownership or being a professional property investor. And so when you get into legal negotiations, it can be quite challenging because there's elements of the process that we need to educate them on.